Hello, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is your monthly message for March 2021 and beyond, whenever the universe nudges you to watch. I do consider these readings as timeless, and that I set the intention that they would find you whenever you need to hear it. Nonetheless, these readings are general, so I can't possibly expect to connect with everybody that watches, but I hope you manage to find a message here, and if you don't, that's okay. I have a pick a card playlist you can peruse. There might be another message there for you instead, and you can check out my zodiac sign readings. There's a whole bunch of them there that are timeless. There could be another one in that list that might give you the messages you are seeking at this time. So let's go ahead and get into it, Capricorn. March 2021 and beyond, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's find out what the main energy is for you for this monthly message. Whoa, okay, so debt paid off. The old weight and habit of debt is lifted from you and your life. Which is also giving me vibes because she has butterfly wings, right? That maybe once this debt is paid off, if it's a literal debt, once the debt is paid off, it'll initiate changes for you as well. So the old weight, if I'm not looking at it as a literal debt, right, being paid off, like maybe some of you are paying off your car, or some of you are paying off your house, or paying off a student loan. You know, there's so many different varieties, or paying off a credit card, so many different varieties of debt, but nonetheless, what this is saying is that once that's out of your plate or out of your way, it'll kind of clear the slate and allow for things to start shifting and changing. This is also giving me vibes of, if it's not literal, like, you know, as I mentioned, all those examples, if it's not one of those literal examples, then this is saying the weight of the old is being lifted, okay, from your life in general. Whatever weight that is to you, if there's a weight on your shoulders, if there's a worry or concern, that is being lifted from you, which will then again offer you a new lease on life, initiate some changes, maybe even a metamorphosis or a new cycle. This is basically saying to me that something old is leaving your life, being lifted out of the way. Something that was maybe an obstacle or a blockage is no more. And it'll alleviate a lot of things, which will then help you feel lighter and freer, right? Because if we're looking at the card, Capricorn, we see her floating kind of midair, right? There's nothing really holding her down anymore. And we see the butterfly energy throughout the card. And again, it's a shift, a metamorphosis, a change that needed to occur finally. I don't know, I'm getting vibes of closing out an old chapter. And once that weight of that is gone and lifted from you, you're able to pursue things without any hindrance. So it could be very literal, but also figurative. All right, so let's see, Capricorn, what we get from the tarot in regards to this monthly message. Let's see if we can get 3 cards. So Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's see what else we can get for this monthly message for you. Okay. All right. So we have Leo, Aries, oh my gosh, I'm tongue-tied again. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius of the Prince of Wands energy here. Could be somewhere in your chart, or just an energy that, you know, you'll be experiencing. Nice. Okay, so we have the I almost said the Hierophant. This is actually the Emperor. That's Aries. So more fire energy. Okay, and this is the Temperance card, which is really good. So what this is telling me is that, yeah, like I said, once that thing is out of the way and lifted, you're free to move, you're free to go with the Prince of Wands here. It's also an energy of feeling more stable and secure in your situation with the Emperor here, because that thing is gone and out of the way and no longer an obstacle, a blockage, or a hindrance to you. Again, the Prince is the Knight, and Knights are always on the go. They're always on the move. They don't sit still, right? So it's high energy, high vibe, in a sense where it's going to go out and pursue things. This is feeling like a blockage being lifted, and a blockage could be a debt, that's lingering or been in the way for some time. And it's like, now that that's finally out of the way, maybe you feel more freer, more lighter as far as your finances are concerned, Capricorn. But this could also mean that, yeah, now that that thing's out the way, you can pursue other things because you don't have to pay that debt anymore, right? It frees your money up so you can do more things. And you can, I also feel like with the Prince of Wands, maybe some of you are looking to travel now that you don't have that in the way. That's only going to be for a few of you, I know, but this card right here is giving me vibes of travel. It does speak of movement, so movement is travel, but I don't know if you have travel plans coming up or you're saving money. Now that the debt is paid off, maybe you could save money for, you know, a travel destination or something, or somewhere you want to go. But just the overall sense of is, once this thing is gone out the way, you're free to go, you're free to move, you're free to make plans, you're free to do other things, you're free to pursue, right, your passions, or something that maybe you've been putting off for some time. And this energy just wants to go, go, go and pursue its ambitions. It's highly motivated, high energy. So it's going to go out and go after the things that it wants. And this is you literally doing that now that this is not in the way anymore. So sometimes, you know, the old weight of something could be something physical, right? Literal. But it could also sometimes be very figurative. And sometimes the weight of the past can be oftentimes a mindset that we have that keeps us or holds us back. So there's something happening or shifting with this energy of the butterfly in the card too, that is going to clear your path of anything that's holding you down. It could be a mindset. It could be an old cycle coming to a close finally. It could be a debt being lifted. It could be a blockage or obstacle removed. So that way there is nothing getting in the way of where it is that you see yourself moving forward, or what it is that you want to do moving forward. I feel like the energy of the Emperor is very secure and safe and stable. So once this thing is out the way, you'll feel at ease. It feels like a weight being lifted off the shoulder, to the point where you'll feel more secure in your situation, whatever your situation is, right? Once the blockage is gone, once the debt is removed, you know, obviously if a debt is removed, you're feeling a little bit more secure in your finances. In other cases, it might be that once the debt is removed, you're just feeling relieved, right? And more stable in the sense of, or your sense of direction, in other words, with the Prince of Wands or Knight of Wands with the Emperor. So there's this overall feeling of everything is right in your world with the Emperor energy, because he is about that stable foundation and structure. It's also about protection. So again, this feeling of you just feeling overall safe and secure in your world, right? Because the Emperor does rule his empire. So with these two cards, it's just giving me the vibe of Capricorn. Once this thing is gone, you know, everything's going to feel very right with your world, and you're going to be able to move forward feeling very secure and safe in whatever it is that you plan on doing. And then we have the Temperance card here, okay, which is Sagittarius. So lots of fire energy here in this reading, Capricorn. For some of you, you might just have this in your chart, but this is an energy of healing, right? Balance, alchemy, inner alchemy. Oftentimes it is about balancing the things in our life, right? The things within ourselves, as well as outside in our outer everyday physical world. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, okay, you're on the path to healing and stabilizing yourself now that this thing is kind of out the way, finally gone and out of your life. The old is being lifted off of you, being removed. There's really nothing getting in the way now of the way you want to feel and be and live moving forward. You're able and free to pursue the things that you want to pursue without hindrance or obstacle. This new journey, or this new metamorphosis, right? This new chapter that is being initiated now this thing is gone, is setting you up for security and well-being with the Temperance card here. So we have Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius here, all pretty much fire energy, but again, it's that passion, it's that go get 'em, that divine spark that's been initiated, right? It kind of feels like nothing's getting in the way now. Everything's right with your world, and it's putting you on the path to not only your sense of security, but healing and balance and harmony once more. And finding the middle ground is also what the Temperance gives me with this. So maybe you guys are literally learning how to balance your budget. I could see that with the Temperance. And sometimes the Temperance card can talk about moderation. So some of you might be, you know, paying off debts and then like just being very careful, right? With, and more frugal is the word I'm feeling. As you pay off your debts, right? You're being more frugal in your everyday life, but it's because you have a goal. And you need that thing out the way. You need that debt paid off, right? And you're being frugal in the meantime until it's paid off because you have a goal, you have a plan, and it's that energy is coming from the Knight of Wands, because again, that energy of go get them, right? There's something you want to pursue. Maybe you have a future goal that you want to go after. So it could be that some of you are also in the midst of paying off debt, being very frugal, you know, being very moderate, you know, when it comes to what you spend and how you save and this, that, and the other in order to pursue something. And it's like, yes, the more dedicated, right, and more, I guess the word is faith. I don't know why I heard just faithful, but more faithful you are to paying it off, right, and getting it out the way, the quicker you can pursue with the Knight of Wands what it is that you want to do without that creating an obstacle anymore. So I'm getting the vibe of like being really dedicated, like, and I don't want to say strict, I guess, but if you have a certain goal by a certain timeline, right, and you know you need this certain debt paid off by this certain time, you're going to be very careful with how you spend your money, because the quicker you can get that out the way, the quicker you can put your money towards that debt and get it paid off, the quicker you can pursue other things. So I'm also getting that vibe. So some of you could also be in the midst of paying off the debt and being very frugal and I guess careful, right, with how you spend money frivolously. Because again, the Emperor energy is one of authority and structure, right? So some of you could be really careful and being structured, not necessarily strict, but structured with how you pay something off or the money that you spend. You're watching the, you know, the dimes, basically. You're watching your budget. You're looking at it carefully. You want to heal this debt that you have and get it out the way. And the only way that you know you're going to tackle it is if you're very dedicated to paying it off or paying more than what the minimum is, that kind of thing. And once it's out the way, you know, it's going to free you up to do things. So it'll be worth it, right? If you're strict for a couple months to get it paid off, Capricorn, it'll be worth it in the end. Why? Because then there's really nothing getting in your way of pursuing the things that you want. And not only that, you'll feel safer and secure not having that lingering in the background anymore. But you're on the path to healing and finding balance in your situation. Once this thing is out the way, whatever that could be, whether it's debt or something else, an old chapter even. But you're on the path to healing and finding balance within yourself and even in your physical environment. And over here with the Emperor, finding balance in your world. All right. So let's see if we can get 3 cards here, Capricorn. So congratulations to you guys who are actually, you know, have just paid off some debt. This one flew out. Congratulations to you. That's always a relief, right? Yeah, I'm just seeing a lot of stability here with the Emperor. So you're on the path to stability and everything being right and balanced with your world. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep moving in the directions that you're planning for. Keep saving, right, towards your goals is also something else I picked up from here. So I felt like 2 of them got stuck. I was about to grab one and then... All right, so let's see if I can get one. Just one card. Okay, good. So let's see. Oh, look at that. Success. sun energy, high vibe, right? Sun is also usually associated with Leo. So I don't know, some of you have Leo in the chart. So definitely an energy of clarity, right? Getting clarity or clear vision. Sun is also about enlightenment. So again, it's this feeling of once this thing is out the way, you're going to really have a newfound sense of direction because you're going to be able to see things clearly. You know, there's no more of the obstacles getting in the way of what is you want to pursue. You're free to go. You're free to move. There's nothing holding you back. You know, the sun is also about your success. So this is also saying that anything that you want to, or anything you have ambitions toward, this is also saying go for it because you'll be successful. Now that this thing is out of the way, there's nothing really holding you down or holding you back. Maybe your mindset has shifted, and that's also what's lifted out of the way and allowed you now to pursue what it is that you're after. So let's see. Okay, we have the permanence energy. That is basically, to me, you writing down or setting your intentions, perhaps with the Knight, you know, as far as what you want to do, where you want to go, what you want to pursue. You setting down or writing down your intentions here and taking things very seriously with the Emperor energy about the new story that you want to write for yourself. Whenever I think of the ink, equivalent ink, it's about writing your story, maybe even rewriting your story. Again, if something has been lifted from your life and out of the way, and it's not a hindrance or a blockage anymore, you are free to write a new story. Free to set a new narrative for yourself because that thing is not in the way anymore. All right. Yes. So lots of reflection with this card here. And, you know, when I look at these two together, I'm like, yeah, this is definitely a time to look back on the situation, right? Once this is out of the way, you can look back on the situation and realize, okay, see how far you've come. But it's also the energy of reflecting on the things that you want to do moving forward, right? Now that this thing is not in the way anymore. Again, it's reflection. When we think about things, we envision things, we can imagine, and with this card here, write a new story, write a new narrative, make new plans, reflect on what it is that we want moving forward. Now that, you know, these changes have occurred, these shifts have happened, the old is removed from our life, there's really nothing getting in the way. It's basically you have a fresh page that you can write any way you want to. So let's see if we can get some making magic, Capricorn, and then I'm going to roll the dice for angel numbers. Let's see if we can just get two cards. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, look at that. Perseverance. The motivation to keep going despite the odds. There goes your go get 'em energy, right? So yeah, it's like this newfound sense of freedom or feeling lighter and more motivated than ever, right? Maybe because something's out of the way and you're free to go about whatever it is that you want any which way you want to. But yeah, this is saying, yeah, keep going, keep doing what you're doing, right? Maybe you've had a chapter that has created, you know, the odds stacked up against you, but it feels like with this, that old chapter of resistance or limitation or blockage is being lifted out of the way, and you're free to move forward now, free to, you know, to do what you want. Again, this is all about you not giving up and persevering despite any obstacle or blockage that you might have had, and then now seeing the finish line. So let's see. Okay, so self-confidence, strong self-belief, and a sense of worth. So yeah, definitely. Again, it's the feeling of there's nothing getting in your way now, right? You've stayed, maybe, yeah, have had or maintained your confidence despite the odds, despite the odds stacked against you, despite the blockages, despite the hindrances. You know, you haven't given up on yourself. And it's like now that this thing is out the way, then it's like it's so much more rewarding that you didn't give up on yourself, because now the finish line is kind of up ahead. This is kind of the feeling that this is giving me. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel with the sun energy over here. And it's like, yeah, you keep pursuing what you feel you're worthy of. Why would you settle for less, right? Why would you want to stay stuck right? And it's like, even if there's blockages, it's like the belief in yourself has not let you give up on something that you want to pursue. And that takes confidence to believe in yourself enough not to give up on it, right? It does feel like the old blockages of resistance or limitation is being what's lifted out the way. And that is a blessing in itself, because now you are free to pursue what it is that you really want to. And the reason why a lot of that is being lifted out of your life, and it's not a hindrance or won't be a hindrance anymore, is because again, this card is indicating you haven't given up on yourself. You maintained confidence and knew your worth and knew that you deserved more than maybe a situation you were experiencing for so long, and decided to do what you needed to do to get it out the way, or you shifted a mindset of in some way to help accelerate this thing getting out of your way, right? So let's take a look at angel numbers. If you're not familiar with my channel, I roll the dice for angel numbers. You can research the angel numbers on Google or whatever search engine of your choice. There are plenty of sources out there to interpret the angel numbers. I always recommend that you do your own research, find a source that you trust, because it could be that I could recommend a source, but you might not resonate with it, and at that point it might lose the magic. So I always say go do your own research, find out what the angel numbers want to say to you. They could indeed confirm things already said in this reading, or provide additional messages that perhaps you need to hear for your journey alone. Doing the research on your own might take you down the road to find other nuggets and synchronicity that perhaps spirit wants you to find along the way. So that's another reason why I don't recommend the source, because I wouldn't want to rob you of finding those synchronistic things along the journey to researching the numbers. Okay, so let's see what we get for this reading, Capricorn. All right, so that's a 5 and a 4. So you get 9. 5, 8. So 958 is your angel number, Capricorn. Go ahead and look that up and see what that number brings to you. I'm going to leave you here. If you feel that this reading has helped or connected for you, by all means, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe, click the little bell for notification as well to get notified of content. I upload pretty often. That way you don't miss videos. And every interaction does help this channel grow. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, all you have to do is check me out on Etsy, see what readings I have available. You could also check out some of my handmade crystal jewelry as well. I get creative when I have free time. So much love to you wherever you are. Be safe, take care, and keep shining.